Content warnings can be found in the description or in the chat. Enjoy the show.
It's summer break for the students of Mythos University, and our 6 mythical students and alumni have decided to vacation aboard the Norwegian cruise line in the land of Scandinavia. They will face their most difficult challenge yet: adulthood, making money, and deciding whether or not to fight against fate. Spunky Taylor as Nova, Daniel K. Hargrove as Kairos, Camera Connie as Evan, Meadow as V, Classic Sam as Shadoni, Taylor Hellstrom as Icarus, and Justin Gagliani as the Dungeon Master. Summer break has begun.
Hey gang, and welcome back to Mythos University Summer Break Season 2. I'm Justin Galliani. I use they, them pronouns. I'm joined here with some incredible players who are ready to play a D&D. Sorry, it was falling off already. The joke's done, and it's over, and you'll never see that joke again. I'm so excited to bring you Season 2 of Mythos University. Let's go around and do introductions.
I'm Connie. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on TikTok at Camera Connie. Also on Instagram, Camera Connie, and Camera Connie on YouTube. Thank you.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Now it's me, Daniel Hargrove, also known as Daniel the DM, across all corners of the internet, and today I will be playing Kairos, who, like myself, also uses he, him pronouns.
Hi, I'm Meadow. I'll be playing V. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM, but you can't find V on the internet. She's allergic.
I guess it's me. Hi, I'm Classic Sam NYGM. Pronouns are she, they. I am playing Hedoni. You can find me everywhere on every social media platform under Classic Sam NYGM, and mostly on Twitch. And we'll do the rest later, I guess.
Connie, did you say who you're playing?
I didn't, because I went first, so I was the guinea pig. I'm playing Evan. Evan uses he, him pronouns. Thank you.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
Yeah, we're off to very interesting chemistry starting out. But I'm Taylor. I use he, him pronouns. So does my character. I'll be playing Icarus. And you can find me at Soyouwannabeadm with Justin over here on the podcast and all that stuff.
Hi, I'm Taylor. Okay, Spunky Taylor. And she, her pronoun, just like my character. Nova, ready to rock your world.
Incredible. Okay, let's jump in. Legends already tell the tale of 6 mythical students who not only won the Olympic Homecoming Challenge, but also defeated 2 adult faculty members who were abducting students and stealing their powers. Hermes and Daedalus, fathers of Evan and Icarus, respectively, took it on themselves to commit great crimes in order to rule over a distant yet magical place known as Baltimore. And upon winning the Olympic challenge at the center of the labyrinth, our students were granted automatic A's for the entire year. But it wasn't all celebrations and frivolities for the rest of time. Because you see, that school year came and went. We find ourselves here and now. Let's start with the now. It's summer break, baby. And our mythical students have decided to kick it off in style. That brings us to the here. We find ourselves on the docks of Oslo. Majestic fjords loom overhead, and the air is rich with history and potential. Crowds of people excitedly stand around waiting for their aquatic carriage. Just then, a loud horn can be heard from some distance away, and we see her. A triple-decker, dual-engine, 800-footer, the Fjord F-150. And we see 6 individuals on the docks here in Scandinavia, 6 students and alumni of Mythos University joined together for for a summer break they'll never forget. And so, as we sort of zoom in on these 6 different characters, some of which haven't found each other yet, there's still there's crowds, there's people with luggage, just all sort of spread out on the docks as the cruise ship itself, the Fjord F-150, is pulling in to dock. We're going to start with Icarus, actually. First, I want you to describe to us what we're seeing as Icarus is on the docks. How does he present himself as a traveler? Is he a fanny pack kind of guy? Big Polaroid camera on a strap? Like, what are we seeing in his travel attire and bags and stuff like that?
Okay, all right. So, an unbuttoned Hawaiian shirt, right? With just like a regular undershirt, like just a kind of a white plain undershirt on there. Does have his wings on, like wearing full wings regalia, swim trunks, flip-flops, and he's probably just got like a small pouch, like a bag of holding, like on his side that has literally all of his stuff in it.
Incredible. Efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Very efficient. Okay. I love that. And as we...
Oh, and like way too much sunscreen on the nose. It's like, you know, the traditional white. Yeah.
I'm very familiar. Icarus, as we are seeing you on the docks in Oslo, awaiting your vessel, and also kind of looking around, I imagine you're sort of looking for friends.
Mm-hmm.
Icarus, as we are sort of zooming in on you, standing there, oxide on your nose, like a lifeguard, and bag of holding on your hip, we cut away back to that day in the labyrinth. You're with this new group of friends you've just met. You're rushing to the center of the labyrinth in order to not only win this great prize, straight A's for the whole year, but also try and put a stop to the terrible things that were happening at the school. And this is where, unfortunately, you discover that your own dad, Daedalus, was in many ways the mastermind behind the entire plot. And there came a moment in that fight, if memory serves, where you attempted to deliver the final blow. But you didn't. Unfortunately, that final blow never happened by Icarus's hands. It happened at the hands of one of your friends. As we are inside of Icarus's mind in that moment, your father falls. The prize is won. You all collectively touch your hands on the statue in the center of the labyrinth, winning the prize, ending the competition. In that moment, what is going through Icarus's mind?
A lot of conflicting feelings. Obviously, sadness about his dad. I mean, that was really unfortunate how that had to end. But he knew that it was going to have to be that way, but just because it has to be that way doesn't mean he's like okay with it. You know, it's real, like he's really upset about that, but then also, you know, a kind of sense of pride with his friends of they've completed the challenge, they've, you know, saved the whole university, they've saved Baltimore, whatever that place is. So it's very mixed feelings of, you know, sadness, but also elation at the same time. I don't know that he would like break down at that point. That would happen later behind closed doors of actually the realization of everything kind of sinking in of everything. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, it's kind of just very just numb to everything, kind of just going along with the rest of the group until he can kind of process everything.
Yeah. And before we get into the processing of everything and sort of coming to terms with this insane thing that happened to a freshman in college, months go by. The school year is easier because you just get automatic A's. But I know that for Icarus, that wouldn't stop you from doing work or studying or furthering your advancements in alchemy. So do you want to talk to me a little bit about, give us a little flashback snapshot of what Icarus has been up to in that short amount of time?
During this time period, Kairos has kind of left the group. And since he was Icarus's roommate, now Icarus just has an entire like 2-bed dorm to himself. Kairos's bed is disassembled and shoved against the wall. There's another like table over where Kairos's bed was, and all around the room, it's like an ADHD person's kind of nightmare / dream of half-finished products. There like projects. There's like knitting in one area. There's like a mead still kind of deal. He's got so many just unfinished notes and papers strewn about. His chemistry set is just overflowing with different ingredients and stuff. And he can't quite like nail down, this is what I want to do. So he just decided to do everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I understand that Icarus may also dabble a little bit into the recreational side of alchemy. Maybe create a couple of elixirs here and there, some uppers, some downers, some sidewinders.
He's been known to dabble kind of, he really took into the mead thing, but then also has tried to figure out a way to enhance it. So he's kind of come up with like a fantasy 4 loco of stimulants in the mead. Yeah. So you can get sauced, but still be up and active and still wanting to party and hang out.
Incredible. Yeah, no, I mean, Four Loko was a great invention, and it was. And history will show
problems.
That, I think.
No problems with that ever.
I think years later down the line, we'll look back and we'll say Four Loko was good. Yeah, and I think that's something really... we'll, as a community, we can agree on. Okay, and let's move on before anyone rebukes me. Amazing. So, Icarus, in this flashback, exploring all the sides of alchemy, all the possible things that one could do, especially with a lot of free time and free space on their hands. Everything from mead to sourdough starters to kombucha, maybe, and just trying to figure out the science behind it all. And now here you are on the deck. You've got your oxide on your nose. You got your little bag. Other than Kairos, your roommate, who in the group do you think Icarus would be looking for?
I think given the recreational alchemy side of things, I think that him and V have probably kept in touch over the years. So probably looking for V. Evan's always a chill hang. Like, it's he's kind of looking for everybody, but he noticed them probably right first.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, then let's move. As you're sort of looking around, you have the wings with you. There's a point, it might make more sense to just get a little aerial and just get a little vertical, and then you could see Evan a lot easier. He's pretty tall. I mean, Connie's about to describe it, but I would be shocked if there's not a backwards hat and some curly hair coming out of it. But let's find out. Because as you ascend a little bit, you look over, and sure enough, there on the dock is the golden retriever of the group, Evan. Connie, describe to us who we are seeing here as you're waiting for your cruise ship to arrive.
Totally. So Evan is wearing 2 polos with both of the collars popped, still has his puka shell necklace. The hat is backward. The curls are a little shorter. So not quite as messy, but still now they're like all poking up through the front of the hat. It's he's trying his best. He is wearing, instead of wearing cargo shorts, he's wearing a pair of chinos, and the bottoms are kind of rolled up, and he's wearing Birkenstocks. And he's trying to channel being the fact that he is no longer a student and trying to like run the family business, trying to look more professional. Still can't take the bro out of the boy, no matter how hard he tries.
Can't take the bro out of the boy. Wow. Well, let's dive in. So, Evan, you're here on the docks. You do begin to see Icarus as he begins to take flight, and so somebody flying above the crowd is pretty easy to spot. So you do see Icarus, but is Evan the one who helped set this up, this vacation, the cruise specifically?
Yeah, totally. It's actually like a business expenditure. I found out that I can actually write like business trips off when I talk to Themis. I think that's how I say her name. Themis. She was like amazing when she talked about like all the different write-offs and things I could have for just like getting the gang back together and going to all these different ports and stuff. So, I mean, I'd like to think I got everybody together. They kind of answered the group chat. Some of them, well, Kairos hasn't lately, but everybody else has.
And as you're sort of thinking there about that moment that you sent a text through the group chat, and like you said, Kairos didn't respond to it, but you also don't remember Kairos being particularly good with cell phones.
No, he was
anyway.
awful.
I mean, you guys had to get him one.
I do highly regret getting him one that was T9 texting. I think that was the worst thing I could have done for him.
Turned him off to it. Yeah,
it was real bad.
Yeah. Well, luckily, in this sort of moment, as we are zooming in on Evan, who is spotting Icarus and dressed a little more mature than normal, Evan, we flash back to your graduation ceremony. You're an alumni here. You're no longer a student. You have successfully, after only 5 or 6 or 7 years, you graduated.
I did. I never thought I would, actually, but here I fucking am.
And you have a degree in everything, a diploma.
I do. It was, it was something. As I was walking out, and I've got my diploma, my hat on, which is weird because it's not a ball cap. It's one of those weird square things. They're not made for curly hair. I look at the stands, and it still hits me that like my dad's not there. But it was really awesome because Helen of Troy was. What wasn't great was
she was.
That she handed me her resignation letter at the ceremony. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, listen, I'm really sorry about this too. Congratulations, first of all.
Thanks, Helen.
Incredible. You deserve it. A degree. This is so exciting.
So good. You have papers too.
I know. Listen. So here's my 2 weeks. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that. So sorry.
I heard that there were prospects at other companies and places. I'm not mad. I'm glad you at least gave me like the 2 weeks. I am still really trying to figure out how to be this whole like business person thing. And I was, low key, I was sort of counting on your guidance, Helen. But you know what? If there is one thing I know I can do, it's persist.
Hey, there you go. Have you talked to the Hermes Express? By the way, you should definitely change the name of the company.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry to bring that up right now.
Yeah.
But have you talked to the company's lawyer?
No, actually, so Themis said that it was written into like the bylaws or something that I could not take responsibility or have any say in the company until I graduated from college. So I could do that, I guess, later. I'm in charge of the company.
And we immediately flash from that to a quick montage of Evan surrounded by like boards people and other 3-letter acronym jobs and stuff like that. Oh man, the hat is being turned around as we speak. And you are constantly like papers are being shoved in your face that you have to sign, and like all these different documents and spreadsheets and graphs. And finally, Themis, your company's main lawyer, a very short woman. She's probably like 4'8", very mousy, older, probably like, just based on appearance, like she looks like she's about in her 80s. She has like brown hair tied so tight back into a little bun, and she has on big glasses and like a huge collar. And you see her, she walks up to you and goes, "Listen, Evan, how's it going, darling?"
You know, Themis, I'd love to say it's going well. I think it's just going. This is so much.
It is. Yeah, it's a ton. But listen, hey, don't worry about it. I'm here. You're here. We're going to figure it out.
You promise?
Yeah, sure. I promise. Why not?
Okay.
So listen, I'm looking at some of these expenditures. I'm looking at some of these graphs here and everything like that. Are you familiar with writing things off? You familiar with that?
I've heard of writing people off, but I haven't heard of writing things off.
Well, it's kind of similar in the sense that you don't worry about it anymore, I guess, is how I think of it right now in this moment.
Okay, no, that makes sense. That makes total sense, yeah. So
sometimes what happens is sometimes you have to spend money for the business, right?
Yeah.
Everything from buying uniforms to maybe purchasing fuel for a chariot or something, or maybe you're getting promotional pencils for some sort of drive that you're doing, whatever it may
pencils,
be. Those things cost money, but you get to write them off on your taxes because you bought them for the business.
Oh, so I don't have to worry about them. Okay, yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
It's basically free, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's basically free. You write it off.
Perfect. All right. Well, and you sort of see him like having a moment where like he kind of takes a deep breath and he takes his hat and he twists it back around. I feel better. Let's do some write-offs. Yeah.
Let's do some write-offs. And we cut away from there and head back to the docks as Icarus and Evan, you guys link up. You guys find each other. It's been however long. I mean, I'm sure you guys see each other on campus, the two of you at least. Evan, is there, other than Kairos, is there anybody in particular that you're looking for?
Oh, I'm looking for V.
Is V around? Has V made it to the docks?
Yeah, but I think V is very lost.
Okay.
Oh.
I think there's a lot of people here. And I think Evan would see V before V sees Evan, because V is like squinting and looking around. It's like the John Travolta meme of just like, what the fuck? Where am I? Is this a ramp? Oh my god. And she looks completely out of place and like stuck in one spot.
What does, for the people who are unfamiliar, what does V look like? What are we seeing?
V is this lithe, lanky, tall herringon, very athletic build. She's in her summer wear, so her skin is like this very fine, silky, speckled white and tan. She has very long ears. She usually keeps tied at a low ponytail at the back of her head. And is also very, very known to wear a bandana, and some of those terrible like sweat catchers, those fluffy cloth wristbands. She loves those. She hasn't figured out if herringon can actually sweat from those glands, but she wears them anyway, religiously. And she always looks a little high. She looks perma-stoned. Whether or not she is anyone's guess, but she looks very slow going.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Okay, so we see this herringon, this rabbit person, who is a little misplaced, a little out of sorts. it is very crowded here. There are a lot of people. It's a lot of stimuli going on. You do see some really interesting people here, though, that like just blow your mind. Just like people, you see a man who is already shirtless. He's wearing like a Speedo, and he has a falcon head. And then the rest of his body is just humanoid. And he just needs to be soaking up rays. He's just getting ready already. And he's just bopping around. So, like, there's some weird people here. It's people you've never seen before. Some weird stuff going on. There's another man who seems to be, like, half bird, like, kind of made out of a ton of beautiful rainbow-colored feathers. Almost like a bird of paradise kind of vibe. But, like, still very much a person. And, yeah, it's just, like, weird figures who also seem to be kind of in the same crowded area as you. And as you're looking around, you might spot Icarus as he takes flight and sort of rises above the crowd. But first, before you notice that, we flash back. We find ourselves in the Agora Diner. You all remember the diner. We've shared meals there. There's all kinds of interesting food options. And there's an incredible head chef named the Kraken. And under that head chef is an incredible new employee named V.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
And then, so we see ourselves in the Agora Diner behind the line, right by the stoves. Heat is kicking, flames are going, ingredients are flying everywhere, and there are arms left and right, because again, this is the Kraken. So there's a lot of this going on. There's a lot of grabbing different dishes and there's 5 different plates all being spun at once.
God, I love
V,
it when
going?
It's in that flow state. That's crazy. She's just like admiring him, but doing her job. Like she's doing the expo and making sure the plates get up on the counter. But she just keeps looking at Kraken and how he's able to do so much at once. Because she feels like she's always in slow motion. So she's like, damn, that's cool.
Yeah, well, no big deal. It is what it is.
Hey, don't sell yourself short. It's actually pretty cool that you can do that. Like, you got any spare arms on you? You have a, gifted arm?
Have I ever gifted an arm? No, I haven't.
Is it true that you guys, regenerate those when they pop off in the night for no reason? I'm just checking. I'm not that.
Why are you asking so many questions about my arms?
I'm inquisitive.
I get that about you.
Yeah. It's my mother's least favorite thing.
Well, my mom's least favorite thing was that I ate my sister. We were fighting for dominance. It's a Kraken thing. You understand? We're from non-Euclidean sort of dimensions. It's a whole fucking thing. You gotta ask Poseidon. It's a whole
hey
thing.
If I ate all my siblings, all right, all 482 of them, there wouldn't be no more room for V. You know what I mean? So ain't nobody in here judging you, Kraken.
Well, I thank you so much, V. I really appreciate that. V, as you're having this conversation, I would love for you to make a perception check. The very first roll of the season, no pressure at all.
Okay, that's a 12 plus 10. That's a 22.
Jesus Christ. Plus 10. Okay. 22. You overhear some faculty talking. Off to the side, they're like by the coffee corner. They're just like getting coffees to go kind of thing. And you overhear them talking to each other. You overhear these 2 faculty members discussing Ares, one of the professors. They're just talking about how Ares has been looking for substitutes. Substitutes have been filling in for his classes, but he hasn't made any kind of formal sabbatical or anything like that.
This is what I can hear from just being in the kitchen with Kraken.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I can. I think as I'm talking very casually to Kraken and hyping him up, my king, my captain, you see one of those rabbit ears just like slip out of the scrunchie and go standing straight up like a little like satellite for a second. And she goes, no, keep talking. No, you're fine. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. And she just makes sure that she listens in on those rumors. She is absolutely locking them away. And every time there's like a new mystery, even like a possibility of a mystery, V sends a text to the group chat. She never reaches out unless there is a mystery, because that's the only way they hang out consistently. So she will send that text later after her shift to let everyone know that Aries hasn't been seen in a while.
And after your day of work, you send that text off and stuff like that, and you go home for the evening, probably partake in some recreational
Who's to say? What are you, a cop?
I mean, exactly. Who am I to say? What you do in your own home is your own business, and it's beautiful and it's good. And as you do that, you have like a really interesting feeling in this moment, kind of like a little spacey, a little trippier. Like, and you go back to like, what strain, what am I smoking right now? Both literally and figuratively. What am I smoking? What is going on right now? And before you can even really put everything together, you find yourself at the precipice of an iceberg. You see that you are only holding on. Both of your hands frozen. It's so cold here, wherever this is. You're hanging by your body weight, and both hands are wrapped around these sort of like ice picks. They're just slammed into the side of this iceberg, and you are just clinging on. And sure enough, you see ice climbing right next to you is none other than the goddess of victory herself, Nike, a beautiful woman with flowing robes. Except right now she's not wearing robes. She has on an incredibly sophisticated and like sensible outfit on. It looks like kind of like Under Armour and sort of like weathered
queen
things. She just like, yeah, very well put together. And she also is hanging there, her wings furled behind her. She's obviously not using them in order to give herself the challenge. And she looks over to you as you kind of just come into yourself in this moment. And she looks over you and, hey, how's it going?
And like she realizes that she's shaking, trying to like, already the effort of just like holding up just her body by ice picks in the Arctic is immediately like, I don't like this. So she looks over at Nike and goes, not that I'm not happy to see you. Woo! So good when you step in and come in, and then we race vertically. Wow, I only have these types of conversations with you, which is what I'm sure you're famous for. And I'm gonna go a little higher and start climbing, because I know she wouldn't settle for like us just being stagnant. So right. I'm gonna start climbing as we're talking.
Amazing. She smiles when you pick up the sort of gist of the situation without her having to say anything. And you start climbing. She starts climbing behind you, and she's laughing, and she says, so listen, obviously these little exercises are not just for exercise, right? We're not just working out our muscles here. We're also working out our minds and everything as well. So listen, what's on your mind? Why don't you tell me? You seem a little distracted today.
Hold on.
What's going on?
This is real? And she like looks around. She's like, I thought I was in like a God simulation. Like, I'm in the Arctic? Like, she looks around behind her and is freaking out for a second, and then looks at Nike and goes, please tell me the truth.
What do you need to know?
Did you teleport me to a glacier just to hang out?
You got one question, and that's what you asked?
Well, you know.
Yeah, I did. I teleported you here.
I knew I was your favorite. And I like climb up a little higher. But to answer her question about like what's going on with my mind, now that I realize I'm real, I guess I better ask something good or say something good to a literal goddess. I go, nothing's on my mind. Why would except for
lies. Absolute lies.
Right. Yeah. Well, I forget. You know when that happens, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, most of the time.
Well, yeah.
I didn't even need to use God stuff to figure out that you're lying right now, though. That shit is on your face.
Okay. Well, that's hurtful. I just, my friends, the ones I told you about the last time we were talking on the mountainside, and we were also doing a very similar activity. Great.
It's harder this time because it's ice.
Right. And
Did you notice?
I appreciate that you've
Bit of an
made
upgrade.
it so much harder for me. But I feel like I don't know him anymore. Just, I miss everybody, and it's like I want to make you proud. I want to win, and I want to, I want to compete. I want to climb. I want to challenge myself. But I really do think I've like hit a ceiling, especially in my illegal botanicals sector. Like I really think I've gone as far as I can go with that, and I'm getting bored with my own ganja, which is something that no one should ever say aloud. God,
no,
it's rough when it feels like you're mostly alone.
Yeah. No, I get it. Hey, it's lonely up here on the on the leaderboard, right? Right there at the very top of the podium. It's pretty freaking lonely. So I get that. And also, I think your feelings are valid. But I also think it's just another challenge. Hey, not all the challenges use this, okay? This tattoo on my arm. They don't all use this. That's a person's name. Don't worry about that.
Just like like a mortal? Wow.
Maybe. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Take me to the next glacier. We'll spill some tea. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
And the two of you continue this incredible, challenging workout together and discuss some of your inner thoughts and stuff. But before we can get too deep into those or find any kind of conclusion or closure or sense of calm, we find ourselves here on a busy port deck, awaiting a massive cruise ship to begin letting everybody on, looking for your friends. It is just around that time that you begin to hear the familiar sounds of Evan and Icarus calling your name out as you begin to link up with them. And from here, we're going to bounce over to Hedone. You are on the deck, waiting for this cruise ship to start letting people on. You're kind of looking for your friends, having a little bit of a hard time finding them just because it is so busy here and stuff like that. And tell me, or tell us rather, who we are seeing as Hedone is waiting for her friends and stuff.
So Hedone is dressed as usual in like the highest possible fashion. She has on a Balmain summer dress that is like cut short by the thigh. She has on like a Balenciaga kitten heel, and she has a Chanel bag on her wrist, and she has two phones. One is went by her ear, and the other one is like she's texting, and there's like luggage around her, and she's like, you could see her a little bit agitated, and she's just like, okay, so I did the thing. I did it. Okay. So what I did was I put her on the second row, but at the top of the show. So that way when the fashion models come down, she's the first one to see them. She's the first one. Like there's no waiting. She doesn't have to wait. And she's like a little like flustered talking to the person on the phone, and she's hands it by her ear like this. At the same time, she's also like texting. She's like, okay, I got it. I totally got it. And you could tell it's not the regular Hedoni, even though she's well dressed. It's not that super, like, confident.
Yeah.
Super confident Hedoni that you normally. You could still see like some confidence in there, but she's definitely flustered talking to whoever she's talking to on the phone.
For sure, absolutely. And so this incredibly well-dressed person is here, surrounded by multiple pieces and sizes of luggage, on 2 phones actively at the same time, as Evan, V, and Icarus all find each other. We peer into Hedone's past year or so since winning the competition with the rest of the mythical students. And this flashback begins with sort of a terrifying, truly dreadful moment for Hedone, where we hear, as we sort of like the camera slowly zooms into Hedone's face and kind of does that psycho Hitchcock thing where it starts to spin around as it zooms in closer and closer to your eyeball. And we start to hear the sounds of both of your parents and your grandmother, Aphrodite, all just kind of their voices commingling, just all of them saying, "You need to get a job. You need to get a job. A job. You need to get a job. A job. You'll have to pay your own way. You need to get a job."
And then as she's hearing all that, like she like sits up in this huge king-size California king bed, terrified. Like she takes a deep breath and she's looking around, and the alarm all of a sudden goes off at the same time, and she realizes it's around 4:45 in the morning. And she's taking a deep breath and she's like, okay, this is the day. I'm doing it today. Okay. And she gets out of bed and she calls her attendant. She's like, did you get the outfit? I need that outfit. Okay, it has to be the Chanel. It has to be from the last freaking couture show. I have to have that. Okay, the interview is today. I need it now. Okay, so, and I need.
I'll look at it for you.
Okay, and don't forget, the Baldinini kitten heels.
The bald eagle kitten heels. I got it.
No,
Baldinini. Baldinini.
Oh my. Thank you. The kitten heels, the black ones, okay? They match so they match the houndtooth. Okay, and then
Yeah.
Oh, okay, and I need the magazine. I gotta get the magazine. It has to go in the bag. The oversized bag. The oversized I think, should I do Balenciaga again? No,
you can never do Balenciaga too many times.
I know.
That's my opinion.
Do the oversized Hermes. Okay, and then and then I'm gonna have avocado and egg whites and multigrain toast, and I'm gonna have black coffee. Okay, but not too strong, with a side of water. That's it. Okay. I'm gonna get in the shower. We have to go. It's 4:45. I have my appointment's at 8, so we have to get going. Let's go.
And they just do a bunch of hand signals as they slowly are walking away, as really Hedone is the one keeping them there longer by talking more. And they're like, no, I got it. And I'm gone. And they leave and they go do 1,000 tasks. It sounded like that stressed me out, pretending to be that person. Holy shit. And we fast forward a little bit, and now you find yourself in the waiting room of an absolutely massive building. You actually had to travel a little bit for this in order to do the interview itself. You are interviewing at world-renowned fashion moguls company, and we're going to name it right now, and it's called Freya Fashion. As simple as that. And this is everything from a magazine to an online presence, their social media presence. This is it has airs of journalism. It has obviously tons of fashion, and it is influential. It is the cutting edge of the fashion industry. This is where Hedone would want to be. This is the best of the best, right?
Yeah.
And you are sitting in the lobby, sort of the waiting room. And there are a couple other people here also interviewing for the same position. What is going through Hedone's mind in this moment? You know what I'll say also for the audience, as well as a reminder for you. Freya the CEO is the one who will be conducting the interview, because let's say this is like a second or third stage interview. She is incredibly important and influential in the fashion world. She's also known for being mean. I don't know how else to say it. She's known for being intense.
Yeah. Okay. Intense. We'll go.
She has
intense.
high standards. What is going through Hadone's mind as you are in this room? There are other people who seem to be like flipping through notes. They're like preparing for things. You see a couple of people, like they have flashcards that they're like going through. Like people are truly nervous and fidgeting around the waiting room. What is Hadone doing?
Hadone is like the absolute opposite. She's completely cool, calm, collected, and she's like looking around and like rolling her eyes every time someone like pulls out an index card, and like there's this person sitting next to her, and they're going through notes and flipping through what looks to be notebook paper, I guess. And she's like, you couldn't get like a journal or something? Like, why would you have notebook paper? Like, I don't get that. But I mean, do you, sweetheart, I guess. And she takes out her phone and she's...
Are we not supposed to have notebook paper? No! And that person leaves. That person leaves the interview. And they go home.
Hadone kind of like goes, whatever. And she takes out her lip gloss, and she's just like, oh my god, it's not even that serious. Like, I don't even understand, like, what are you guys even studying for? And then she takes out a phone and she's just like flipping through it, looking at her next shopping spree. Even though she's supposed to be doing this job, she's like looking through her next shopping spree, and she's just like, okay, and completely just not really like trying too hard, just her typical, I got this, I'm not worried, all these people are losers, and I'm the one who's going to get the personal assistant to Freya job.
That's definitely how Hadone is presenting herself. Is that actually what's in her head? Is she super confident in her head, or?
What's in her head is like, she still hears her parents and her grandmother like berating her, and she's just like, in her head, she's like, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Oh my god, shut up. Like, why are you still talking? I'm getting a job. I don't understand why I have to do this. This is so wrong. Like, she's crying on the inside because she doesn't want a job. But on the outside, she's just pure confidence. But on the inside, she's like, I don't want a job. Like, I'm an actual goddess. Why do I need a job? I mean, and on top of that, the things that I did this past year, I mean, I grew as a goddess. I grew as a, I mean, not a mortal, but as a person, I grew. I feel like I grew, right? Like, I feel like I grew as a person. I made like actual friends, I guess. They're friends. I keep in touch. I'm in a group chat. Like, why do I need a job?
I'm in a group chat. Why do I need a job?
Like, I don't get it.
As Hadone is having this mental gymnastics of bouncing between putting on an air of confidence while also feeling doubt, not necessarily in yourself or your own abilities, but rather in this entire pursuit to begin with, the career path. And it is at this time that the door opens to the office, and you see a woman come out. She is tall, like 6.5, 7 feet tall. This woman comes out, massive flowing red, bouncy, curly hair, white paper, pasty skin, beautiful.
Ethereal, I guess.
A little bit ethereal. She definitely has goddess vibes about her. You don't recognize her though. She's definitely not from the Greek pantheon. She looks gorgeous. You see that she's crying, and she storms out of the office and down through the waiting room, out the building, and then slowly stepping behind her, entering into the waiting room from the office. You see Freya for the first time. full-bodied. She has beautiful white hair that sort of bounces over her ears and rests gently on her shoulders. She has on a very impressive gown and long gloves. And you see that she has like these piercing green eyes. And her fingers are adorned with rings. And as she steps out, an air of influence follows behind her, as if all of the air in the waiting room just has gotten sucked out as she steps into the room. This is somebody, Hedone, that I imagine you have heard of and that maybe even you admire. Somebody who is kind of at the top of their field, absolutely freaking crushing it. And it's fashion, so it's a particular field that you have interest in.
Freya fashion. Like, Hedone would absolutely know Freya fashion. She would like consume all of Freya fashion, and then from the magazine to the whatever shows there are for it, under it, everything, she'd be consuming it.
Absolutely. So she comes out into the hallway. Well, that was another failure. Let me see who else is on the list today, although I don't see what the point is. Looks like I have a Hedone.
Hi, that's me. And she
Incredible.
like gets up and like very like Hedone gracefully gets up because, you know, she's grown up with etiquette. She's grown up with the Greek pantheon of etiquette of being a goddess and everything. So she gets up. There's no tripping, there's nothing. She just gets up and she just walks toward her a little bit. She doesn't extend her hand like in a handshake, but she just, hello, hello, my name is Hedone.
Right. No, I know that. I just read it off the list and then you answered. So that seemed fairly obvious, but let's step into my office. Let's begin the interview right away. I don't have much time. And
she just walks and follows her in.
As you take your seat into this interview, I want Hedone to make this is more figurative than anything else. Okay. It's representative, but I want you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just because of how intense Freya is.
That is a 10 plus a 1, so an 11.
An 11.
Mm-hmm.
Describe to us what it is like for Hedone to meet not only her match, maybe a superior in terms of sassiness and kind of just like this idea of like Hedone comes in being like, my shit doesn't stink, and Freya is sitting here going, okay, not only does my shit not stink, it smells good. So get on my level. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's Freya.
Yeah. So Hedone's like, as soon as Freya goes, yes, I know your name is Hedone. I just called you. It shakes her confidence just a little bit. There's a little crack that happens. You could kind of see it on her face a little bit, and like that. She goes from like that confidence to like, and all of a sudden she's like, okay. And she walks into the office behind her and takes a seat in front of her desk and crosses her legs. And she gets the feeling, looking around, that she may not be capable of being a personal assistant to this person.
Yeah.
Because she's accustomed to going, okay, I need this, this, and this. And now she's realizing, I don't know if I can do this. And also, she doesn't really want a job.
Very true. Very true. And nonetheless, despite all of that, as we speed through the remainder of this flashback, Hedone does get the job. You are successfully granted the position of Freya's personal assistant, and you have a spanking new job with a salary and benefits and all kinds of perks, including one extra cell phone that you get to keep on you at all times.
She has 2 cell phones.
And incredible. And let's hope that employment is only upsides.
Well, that right after she gets the job, she's like, she comes out of the office and she's just like, okay, I can do this. I can totally do this. I can do this. I can do this. It's fine. I can do this. And her phone immediately starts ringing. And she just, that's it. Her phone just starts ringing. And she puts it to her hair and goes,
And as we cut away from there, Padone, we see you back on the phone outside of the dock, all your bags around you. And it is around this time that you just finish up that phone call. Things are handled. The fires have been put out for now. And that is when you find Evan, V, and Icarus. Or rather, kind of find each other. And you guys all link up as you guys reunite. And then start looking around, wondering where Kairos and Nova are. And so the camera scans the audience, and we begin looking for Nova in particular. Nova, would you like to describe who we see and how they are presenting themselves here on the deck, waiting for their friends and cruise ship?
Yeah, so you'll see Nova texting on her phone, shades on, as she's like walking on the dock. Like her hair, she just like a balayage, and like she's wearing like a swimsuit top, and then like a nice flower like skirt, like long thing, very summer, very like slutty summer break vibe kind of energy right now when she's walking up. Not paying attention to the world, just texting. And behind her is her good friend, Sarah Sater, carrying all 17 of her bags.
Amazing. I love that Sarah Sater is here. Okay, awesome. Sarah Sater, I think that's, Nova, I think that's the last. I think I got them all.
Huh?
It was just 3 bags for makeup, right?
I think it was supposed to be 4 because my concealer.
God. Oh no.
No, it's okay.
Oh no.
I can just airmail it or something.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we can set that up. I can get us in touch with some kind of pelican.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Flying fish or something. Yeah.
And by the way, Nova, thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah. Anytime. Yeah. I was like, I couldn't imagine going on this trip without you.
Oh my God. Well, I'm, really looking forward to it. Oh, I have it.
Cherry?
No, there's no pocket. I could have sworn there was a pocket on the shirt.
It's fine.
She finds it somewhere and hands you a thing of chapstick. But as she does, and you start using the chapstick, we flash it back for a moment and visit Nova back closer to campus. As we flash back, we actually flash back to a scene where Nova and Sarah Sater are together again, hanging out a little bit, and Sarah Sater is saying to you, so you were telling me that you have to find followers or something like that. You have to gain worshipers, I guess.
Yeah, my dad tasked me to get followers and worshipers. Like, he even gave me this pamphlet and stuff, and he wants me to do it the old-fashioned way.
Oh, so, what does that mean?
Door to door.
Oh, okay. Well, I can go with you if you want. If you want a company, I can go with you. If not, I can totally not go.
Yeah, you can come with me. I've been practicing my speech the whole time. So I think I see Nova going up to her first campus door and knock on it.
Hell yeah. You knock on the door. A few minutes go by, or a few seconds go by, the door opens, and you see a individual behind the door. Appears to be a dryad woman, a little bit older. You can see some of the bark sort of beginning to crumble away a little bit of her skin, and she goes, "Oh, hello there."
Yes.
Hello.
Hi. Nova has her trident and puts it down and be like, "Hi, I am Nova, and I'm here to bless your life with my energetic personality. I am here to be your new goddess that you would worship."
Oh, well, this is incredible.
Right.
How fortuitous. We just...
Right.
We were worshippers of Hermes, but unfortunately, it's come to our attention that he's dead now.
Yeah. Hermes gone.
So
yes,
we were looking
such a
for
tragedy.
new. Yeah. And so you're a goddess?
Like I'm like demigod, but I'm like training.
Oh.
I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah. So it's like I'm here to bless your life.
Incredible. Well, listen. Gosh, thank you so much. But unfortunately, the homeowners aren't at home right now, and so if you could,
but like
we only rent.
but
we're just
like,
renters.
We
And they
like
just
water.
closed.
I don't.
They just straight up closed the door.
I totally saw that.
Sarah behind you just so quietly just goes, I thought it was an okay job.
It's like thanks. But let's go to the next door. It's gonna be fine.
Let's go to the next one.
Someone's gonna worship me tonight. It's gonna be great. You just you wait.
And you move on to the next door as we flash back to the present day on the dock. Sarah Sater holding a million bags, practically buried by them. No one can see Sarah Sater at this point. She is nothing but bags. And luckily, you see your friends and everybody links up in this moment as the 5 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 5 of you get together and have reunited here on the docks as the ship is just now beginning to let on the guests. But we're missing one person. And instead of starting with where they are here on the deck, we're going to go first to the flashback as we find ourselves back at the finale of season 1. Spoilers, guys. Go back and watch season 1. Jesus Christ. We're there. Hermes and Daedalus are taken out. Killed by a bunch of students who stopped their evil plans and, in some ways, saved Baltimore, the fine city that we all love. And in those final moments of the combat, as things are settling down, all of you rejoicing and celebrating as all of your hands touch the statue and win that prize, we see, certainly not the least, but the last member of the crew, Kairos. In that final scene, in the finale, in the labyrinth still, the deed is done. You've succeeded. Your mission is won, Kairos. But you feel uneasy. You feel a strange flickering, almost fluttering, like something isn't right. In fact, something feels wrong. You begin to hear a voice. Is it a voice? Is it... Maybe it's just sounds. Sounds like it's... Words are being spoken, though. But they sort of shift over one another, and they speak over one another, and it's hard to make out exactly what the voices are saying or what they want of you. But cutting through all of the discordant voices, one kind of reigns supreme. You hear under all of the voices, you hear one main one say,
"Tick, tock, tick, tock. Time is of the essence."
That ringing out, that person saying tick tock over and over again as if they're counting down to something, some unknowable event on the horizon. You also notice, Kairos, the threads around you. The golden threads of fate that have cradled you your entire life since being adopted by the very fates that help oversee destiny and things of that nature. As you're looking at these golden threads, they go off in numerous directions, but you see that as soon as the voice begins to speak to you,
Tick, tock. talk.
The threads coalesce until there is only one cord, and it stretches off into the distance, who knows where. But as you're looking at that, take one moment to look back at your friends. The gold of the thread, or the cord now, flickers. Do you think, as the thread begins to turn black, Kairos, do you think that it originates from Kairos and turns black that direction? Or do you think it turns black like over there and ends at Kairos?
Yeah, because Kairos's vision can like kind of see in between the threads that kind of bind everyone. And as his vision is kind of blurring in and out between everyone celebrating and then seeing what's happening, that thread, the darkness that begins to turn the thread from gold to black, it comes from a distance. It comes from a familiar place. And it kind of, and all of his threads physically are attached to his pocket watch. That is his arcane focus. And he just kind of looks at it as it's ticking and just sees all the threads turning black on it.
What is going through Kairos's mind in this moment? I imagine that it's incredibly
everything.
In the sense
everything's kind of moving
huge
like
celebration,
a blur.
and then this.
Yeah, everything's kind of moving like a blur because like everyone's talking to him and he knows he's responding, but he's like almost that like everything's out of focus. Everything feels muffled to him. And then I think the moment where he feels like he needs to do something more decisive, he's there. He just realizes he's in the dorm with Icarus. And he turns to Icarus and goes, "Hey, hey, you got a second?"
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. I just I'm not feeling too great. I gotta go step out for a second.
Okay.
I was told V that I was gonna try to get coffee with her sometime this week, so you just let her know if I don't end up showing up. I'm just not feeling too well.
I mean, you're just like stepping out for like a minute though, right? You'll be back.
Yeah, I should be back. And then he hands you his pocket watch. I'll be back. Right.
Okay.
Right. And he leaves campus.
And as you leave campus, where does Kairos go?
Kairos goes, and he goes to where he's being called towards, the same place that he was found as a baby, the River Styx.
And Kairos, as you come upon the River Styx, you haven't been here since you were adopted here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's completely unfamiliar. I mean, you were an infant. It is scary. It is dreary and in some ways a little maddening, but you guys as students, as young as you are, have already undergone so much. It's very desolate. There isn't a ton of foliage or agriculture to speak of. It's mainly craggy rock. And then this insane drop off into this river that bodies souls or harbors souls and passes them through. And so you see the water shimmering with the phantasmal sort of glow of souls. And it's around this time, I think, that you begin to hear the crackling of energy. Like putting a Mentos in a Diet Pepsi kind of thing, like a chemical reaction that's too powerful to be contained as you feel and hear the tearing of time and space as near you a portal is forced open. Kairos, what are you doing?
Kairos, I think he'll hold up his threads and see if they're like fully, the color has completely changed on them. And then we'll just begin to try to do what he normally does and just try to turn back time to close the portal.
As you try and call on your control over time, your chronomantic studies aiding you in this, you're looking at your threads and they are in fact black. And then they begin to dissolve, dissipate, vanish into nothingness. But no, that's not actually what's happening. Instead, it's almost as if they're being pulled away from you, torn away from you, being pulled into the portal. And as that is happening and you're attempting to create this time rift and turn back time, you find that your arcane words, your somatic gestures are, so to speak, falling on deaf ears as your spell doesn't work. Your chronomancy seems to have been sapped away. Maybe temporarily, maybe for good.
Yeah, I think he'll just use all of his strength to, like, if closing it's not going to do the inverse, then he'll do the opposite and try to make it unstable and try to make it explode to close the portal.
You attempt to make the portal unstable enough that it will close on its own, sort of create a unbalanced situation that can only end in one way. The closer you get to the portal, the stranger sense of both the unknown and the familiar warp together in this really strange way, pulling and pushing until you hear that voice again.
Tick tock. Time's running out.
Who are you?
I'm then. I am now. I am what will be.
And we leave this flashback. Before we can get too into the juicy details of what happens next, we leave this flashback as we head back to the docks of Oslo, outside of the Fjord F-150 cruise ship awaiting all of its incredible passengers. Kairos, please tell us how we see you and what's going on.
Last time you all saw Kairos, he had his long locks that went down to his back, his hair that he's been growing since he was a kid. He had this kind of like punk rock goth aesthetic, like a goth wizard, a very dark academia wizard, normally wearing like a pea coat or something like that, a whole bunch of rings and jewelry. Very slender, kind of meek build. And that's the last time you saw him. And then you begin to see people disperse within the crowd, and you hear just, "Excuse me, can't control this thing." And you see Kairos is riding on top of a skeletal Pegasus as his phantom steed. The wings of the Pegasus are made of flame, and they're like wrapping around its feet to give it like amplified speed. And he's like, "I'm sorry, excuse me, slow down." And he's just trying to like control this Pegasus that's going out of control as he's trying to get towards the ship. And Kairos now has a scar that goes all the way up through his eyebrow and across his forehead. His head has been completely shaved at a certain point and is now grown back a little bit. So he has a little bit of hair at the top, but it's mostly shaved on the sides. He is wearing like a Letterman's jacket with a tight black athletic t-shirt, a small little gold chain with an A in the middle that connects both sides of the chain. On the back of the Letterman's jacket, it says A Squad on it, but it's like also like kind of like that flight jacket style, very much a Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4, if you will. And he's still wearing his, tighter black jeans and some combat boots. And then lastly, on his back is a massive greatsword with the blade that is pure black and made out of meteorite, as he is flying through the crowd. "Excuse me, I'm so sorry, I can't control this thing."
Go ahead and make an animal handling check, please. For
yeah, sounds good. Yeah, perfect. I do go with those. Don't worry about it. That's a 6. Oh, I get a +1. That's a 7.
7. Okay, cool. Only 13 people get hurt.
Awesome.
Your Pegasus comes crashing down, slams into a group of people, throws them aside, and you finally manage to get a hold of your steed in this moment, and
I
I think
Peggy, sit down. As his eyes begin to like glow like purple. Just sit down right now. I command it. Okay.
Peggy sits like a dog.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna dispel you now. All right. I'll call you when I need you. And he just dismisses it as he slowly fades out.
Amazing.
And like
I
he
think-
fades into like a puddle of flame, and then the flame absorbs into Kairos' shadow.
Fuck yes. Okay, cool. Unnecessarily dope. Didn't need to be that cool. The dismissing of a spell did not need to be that cool. Holy shit.
What are
And-
you, Phil Collins on the Tarzan soundtrack? Calm down. You don't have to go this hard.
You did not need to go that hard.
You went that hard. That's crazy.
You
I'm so
went
sorry.
that hard.
Oh shit!
You
I was supposed to
spit
get on
your
the.
shit.
I was supposed to get on here stealthily. Oh shit!
And with that, all 6 of our mythical students have gathered together here as they are about to get on the cruise ship that will have, they're just going to have so much fun this summer break, gang. I'm just so stinking excited. But we can't even get into that right now because we got to go to freaking break. Because we got to get these sponsors. These sponsors need to talk about all the cool things that they're doing to support us. And they're real sponsors. I can't stress
They're
that
real.
enough. They're real and they matter. And they pay us real money to talk about Fresca. No.
Jesus Christ, Justin.
We'll be
Don't-
back after
Talk
this.
about Fresca.
Has your dungeon master ever said no to your shenanigans during a game? Well, with Galliani and Hellstrom, they can't do that. If your DM denies your fever dream interpretation of the rules, then you're gonna want Galliani and Hellstrom in your corner. So just email us at soyouwannabeadm@gmail.com, or you can search for So You Wanna Be a Dungeon Master anywhere you find your podcasts. And remember, if you're not having fun playing D&D, something's, wrong.
Has this ever happened to you? You're running a game of Dungeons and Dragons with some friends when one of them asks you a question that you don't know the answer to.
Oh no! One of my players just asked a question that I don't know the answer to.
Well, now, this absolute worst case scenario can be a fantasy just like your weird homebrew world where elves sound like they're from Savannah, Georgia, and dwarves live under the Jersey Shore
Wait.
boardwalk.
Where the fuck is that voice coming from? And why is it talking shit about my homebrew world?
Well, simmer down, dingo.
Did you just call me a dingo?
Do you want help or do you want to look like a lunatic talking up at the ceiling?
I mean, yes, I need help. Please, help.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do is head over to wherever you download your podcasts.
Podcasts?
Yeah, you know, like those audio-only talk shows.
No, I know what a podcast... Never mind. Now what do I do?
Search for So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master. This podcast will either give you the answers you need or tell you where to find the answer. Taylor and Justin want to help everyone feel comfortable and confident behind the DM screen.
Oh. Okay, great. I mean, that doesn't really help me right now, but...
That doesn't really help me right now. Freaking bing it, kid. Since 2023, So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master has been providing tips and tricks so that aspiring, new, and experienced DMs alike can get behind the DM screen with courage. So head to your local internet today. For just 4 easy payments of $0 and 0 cents, you can get access to more than a year's worth of weekly episodes.
Oh, hey, I figured out the answer to my question. Can you leave now? Or...
But wait, that's not all. There's also a bunch of actual plays on the podcast.
Okay, I get it. I'll check it out. But can I go back to my D&D game? Or...
But wait, that's not all. So You Want to Be a DM also has a YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Discord, and some merch. So gang, check them out today.
That's it? We're done? I can go back to my...
But wait, that's not all.
Son of a bitch! I have DM dysfunction.
I have DM dysfunction.
I have DM dysfunction.
A recent study published by the Bardic College of Lore claims that 69% of dungeon masters suffer from DM dysfunction, or DMD. This condition has more facets than your favorite polyhedral. Some have reported burnout, writer's block, issues with balance, or inner party problems. At So You Want to Be a DM, it's our mission to not only fight the monster-like symptoms of DM dysfunction, but to treat the very cause of it. To do this, we implement auditory technology in the form of the podcast So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master. By listening to the tips and tricks provided by Justin and Taylor, DM dysfunction can become a thing of the past.
I've been a listener of the podcast for over 4 months now, and I don't have to worry about DM dysfunction anymore. And I just DM'd my first homebrew world, and I didn't have to worry about DM dysfunction.
With all the So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master content that I consume, I'll never have to worry about DM dysfunction ever again.
And neither will you. Check out So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master.
You can talk to your doctor today, or you can find So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master anywhere you find podcasts. Listening to too many episodes in a row can cause excessive imagination, lucid dreaming, lactose intolerance, and character death. Sorry, not death, character depth.
And remember, you don't want DMD, you want D&D.
And we're back. And the gang's all here. Last we left off, our 6 mythical students have finally found one another for the most part on the docks of Oslo as they're about to get onto this cruise ship. We see this absolutely massive cruise liner, probably almost 800 feet from bow to stern, and it's triple decker. There's all kinds of different kinds of things you can see sticking out of the deck and across the sides. As people are beginning to shuffle their way onto the actual ship itself, you see an individual standing, assisting people on the docks right before the little bridge that actually goes to the cruise ship itself. This individual looks a little bit like Nova, actually. Has an aquatic appearance, has almost mint or bluish, very light blue colored skin with some almost like fish scales every once in a while scattered around. They have ears that have the webbing and sort of the Triton-like ears. Their hair is a deep green, almost looks like it's made of kelp in a way. It definitely has more of a hair texture to it, but has that color of kelp, and it's pulled back. It's long hair that's pulled back into a kind of a messy bun on the back of the head. This aquatic individual is wearing a blazer and khakis and looks very business attire. You see a name tag that they have on that says Marmanil. Marmanil is the head of guest services. And so you see this person just greeting individuals, just helping them on board. You overhear them saying, "Well, hello, welcome to the cruise. This is going to be an incredible vacation for you all. I hope that your stay is with us and it is very good. Please, welcome aboard the Fjord F-150. And as you guys are all conjoining together for the first time in forever, is there anything you guys would like to say to one another as you guys are kind of all getting in line, shuffling onto the cruise?
Hey, guys, what the fuck are y'all doing here?
Vacation.
Right
on. Wow, that is a coincidence. Wow.
Was it? It was in the group
Wow.
chat. It was in coincidence.
What?
I'm required
Kairos
to
checks his phone, and
It's like
his flip phone, the screen is cracked, and it's you can barely see the text messages he's going through. He goes,
digging the haircut. You looking
I didn't respond. Fuck.
I feel like you've been going through a lot, so I think just having you here is all that matters. All right, let's put the past. There's a lot of past to put behind you. Let's go
Right.
forward.
Summer break, baby.
Yeah.
I think while everyone's been reconnecting, V saw Kairos like make a grand entrance and then saw Kairos and how changed he was and immediately was like, oh, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna let him know I'm here. And attempted to sneak away immediately. Before Kairos even came up to the group, V saw him like skidding to a stop, heard him go, I command it. And she was like, well, bye. Like she was like, well, and like turned around and tried to leave stealthily to get onto the ship like ahead of everyone.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Thank God. Because if you just
somewhere.
leave the group. Crazy.
I don't know.
You said what? You said who's
V,
here?
V was
All
here.
of you are here?
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah, we're
we're
all
all here. I don't know where.
It's
What is going on? Okay.
Still digging his haircut.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, thank you so much. You all look great. You all look wonderful. And Vlog's here. Great.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't look happy. Like your words aren't matching your expressions.
Right. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, and y'all got tickets for everyone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like a business expense.
Yeah,
a
Evan
business
said it
expense.
was like a write-off.
Yeah, it's a
or
write-off.
something.
It's
I don't know.
Write-off. I don't think you know. I don't think that means what you think.
I'm
Okay.
using it for work stuff too. It's not just a leisure trip. I'm actually gonna
Okay.
work too.
Well,
But hey,
that-
I appreciate your business sense because
Yeah.
it's better than mine.
I read a book about it. Well, I guess that beats what I was originally going to do, which was sneak on board. Cool.
Those real sneaky entrants.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Yeah, I can't control Peggy that well. It's a new thing. And as he does that, he picks up his luggage, which is not luggage at all. It's just a gym bag with just like a couple of things inside of it. And he puts it around his shoulder. And Kairos he's like more built now. Like he is like, even though he's been gone for a while, like he's not this, he has like almost like a Spider-Man build now where it's still slender, but more fuller in his frame. And it's just like, okay, cool. Tight,
totally
tight.
think you could throw javelin. I think you'd be perfect for it.
Like,
Thanks.
Through
I-
summer body.
Yeah, yeah. It was a workout. It was a workout.
Yeah. I'm super impressed.
You see this like
Tony's
long
just like looking him
distance.
up and down, but like texting.
For
She's like,
somebody that took a fireball to the face, you've really
Yeah, surprisingly enough, that is now officially the least painful thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, I
Tight.
think that
Why'd you need to sneak on?
Okay, let's walk and talk. Let's walk and talk.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let's walk and talk.
It was just kind of weird
all
because
happen
like
to
the
be
door is
here.
like right
That's
there.
great.
It's like,
I'm gonna fly up and try to spot V in the crowd.
Where's
Yeah.
he?
V,
Yeah,
make a stealth check, and then Icarus, make a perception check.
Sure.
Will this be the first time Meadow actually ever rolls low on a stealth check? Will the dice, will it
Will
be so?
You
One.
wish, you son of a bitch. 23.
23.
Jesus. All right. Yeah. Perception. I got a 11. So
Okay. No luck.
I
You are
would
not
like to
finding her.
flavor this by saying I heard Icarus like take off with like those mechanical, like I was like, oh no, and I blew a big puff of smoke so that it's just like fog cloud in this area. There's a lot of people like coughing and waving their hands in front of their face, and Belok is hiding.
Amazing. You overhear Marmanil going, No, smoking is allowed. It is a recreational cruise ship after all, so alcohol and the cannabis are certainly welcome. And you all begin to, as you're walking and talking, make your way onto the actual cruise ship itself, finally. As you all come aboard the ship, you are all brought to your separate rooms. Let me ask you guys this, or this is a question a little bit more for Evan than it is for anybody else because of particular reasons. Having set up some of this cruise, is everybody staying by themselves in their own separate rooms, or are we bunking up, or like what is the deal?
So I wanted to write off a separate room for everybody, but unfortunately Themis said that was kind of a stretch. So I did have to do like girls and guys bunks. So we've got like, like the boardrooms that are for families, for the guys and the gals.
Okay, so we have Icarus, Evan, and Kairos in one room, and we have Nova, Hedone, and V in another.
Yeah.
Is kind of the
Don't
vibes.
forget Sarah Sater.
And Sarah Sater, yeah.
And Sarah
Yeah, and
Sater
Sarah
is
Sater.
here. Yes.
Well, the rooms all have like those futons that can turn into beds. So there's like the one bed, there's the bunk beds, and then there's also like the pull out. So like there's,
So-
flexible.
Hedoni immediately gets her phone out and starts making a phone call and like text, like she's texting, but she's also like calling someone, and she's like, yeah, hi, I'm on the cruise. I know I'm required to take this vacation as per company policy and everything, but I am not staying in a dorm. I'm not. I need a suite, and I need a suite now.
Go ahead. Who are you speaking to? First of all, who did
I'm
you
speaking
call?
to Freya's. I'm speaking to Freya's like second in command, because don't even though she's like a personal assistant, she's one of many personal assistants.
Right. Of course. Okay, incredible. Okay, so then you wouldn't be making an intimidation against this person because this person works with you, kind of. So it's not like that wouldn't necessarily play. Here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say make a luck check.
I feel odds. We'll see what happens. 13.
13. Okay. The other person on the other end of the line, they have to make a few calls and connections and makes a few backroom deals and stuff like that. And they eventually are able to get you a separate room.
Mm-hmm.
It is right next to the room that you would have been staying in anyway.
Was one of those adjoining doors?
It absolutely has an adjoining door. It absolutely has an adjoining door, but that's the best they could do. All the other rooms are taken.
So she's gonna be like, oh, I guess it's fine. I mean, there's a bed in it. I mean, it's clean. It's fine. It's fine.
It is actually really nice. As you guys all go into your separate rooms, all of these rooms are really nice. I mean, it's kind of standard. It's a little bit hotel room-esque in the sense of being quite plain and function over form kind of thing. However, in all of your rooms, in addition to just the bed, the dressers, the closets, all the normal little things, there's also a flat screen TV in everyone's rooms. And as you all enter your rooms, a video begins to play on this screen. Hi og velkommen, or hello and welcome aboard Norwegian Cruise Lines. We hope that your stay aboard is everything you dreamed of. Our staff looks forward to making this a trip you'll never forget. That staff includes our head of guest services, Marmanil, and of course the captain of our vessel is none other than Captain Brunmigi. But what kind of vessel are we talking about?
The Fjord F-150 is a top-of-the-line cruise ship equipped with dual engines that generate as much as 71,000 horsepower each. Whether you got a river full of rapids or the open sea ahead of you, Fjord knows you like it tough, dependable, powerful, and affordable. That's the Fjord way.
While aboard, feel free to enjoy our amenities. We have a full-service spa, a 24-hour buffet, 2 different bars, a gym, and so much more. Our journey begins in the port of Oslo as we begin to head south. Along the way, we'll be making several stops, so we hope you're ready for some exciting excursions. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to use the Y app in order to contact guest services. Thank you so much for choosing Norwegian Cruise Lines, and have a great trip.
Amazing.
11,000 out of 10.
That was
Yeah.
so good.
That was amazing. That was freaking cool as hell.
So good.
That was so good.
Ain't nobody else doing it like Justin. Step your game up.
So cool.
That was so good.
Amazing. That's only one of 2. As you guys all watch this little video, this little advertisement welcoming you to the Norwegian Cruise Lines aboard the Fjord F-150. Powerful, dependable, affordable. The Fjord way. And it mentions, hey, if you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that, to use the Y app. And that strikes you as a little odd. None of you have really heard of this or are familiar with this particular app. And it is at this time that almost simultaneously all of your devices, including you, Kairos, your flip phone, also does this. Simultaneous notifications across the entire cruise ship, like a chorus of notification bings. Bing, 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 across the entire cruise ship as everybody's cellular device, whether analog like Kairos's or technological like Hadone's 2 phones, the Y app is automatically downloaded onto your device.
Rude.
It's not really formatted very well.
Is this bloat? Oh God.
Rude. Spam. This feels spammy.
Why do we
Like,
have the Y
it feels
app?
so spammy. Like, I don't like it.
How did they even get my phone number?
Can I look on someone else's phone? This is really hard to. The screen's
here,
cracked. The screen. Okay.
I'll show you. Come over here.
Kairos, I left you a phone, like an actual smartphone, on your bed.
Yeah, then it's still there at the dorm.
Yeah.
Icarus,
I didn't know
really?
he was coming. I didn't know he was going to be here.
So you didn't pick up the phone. You just leave you leave a Samsung 24 laying on the bed at school.
Well, it's probably bundled up with the parts of the bed after I took it all apart. So it's probably just tucked away in the
You
corner
dismantled my
somewhere.
bed to make it into like a workspace?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't know when you were going to be back. I'll put it back together.
Awesome. There's no awesome.
That's not
you
awesome.
left you left a $900 phone.
You sent me a $900 phone? What the fuck?
I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Oh my God. Like, are we serious right now?
I will make
doing a
sure
lot
to
of
grab
meat
that
stuff
when I get back.
The
I have to make a phone call.
Quattro crazy.
Okay,
kind of
it's
thing
fine.
that's been
It's
going
fine.
on.
It's fine.
Real quick.
I'll make a phone
Yeah,
call. It's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Oh, yo, I can send one of my messengers from my service to go and get the phone for you.
Can
That's
you?
awesome.
Like,
Don't you give me 1 second with it, Chris? As he like closes the door.
Okay, yeah. Don't worry. I'll go. You know what? I'll go in the bathroom and turn the fan on.
Real quick. Do you have my stopwatch?
I do, oddly enough. It's
Can I see it? Can I see it real quick?
Yeah,
real quick,
I
real
reach
quick.
into my little pouch of holding and hand it to him.
Grabs it. It's still ticking, but he's going to try to move the hand backwards.
Go ahead and make a Arcana check, I'm going to say.
That's a 25.
You attempt to turn the second or minute hand back is your goal?
Any of them. Just
okay.
Blood vessels are
yeah, no
showing
doubt.
up.
In that moment, you're attempting to turn back time, and what you find is there is a very quick tremor of the second hand. Seems to stop for a quick moment, and for half a second, it is held in place and then continues. But with a 25, you don't even know if you used chronomancy to do that. It might have been something else. You might have not been affecting time, but were affecting the clock.
Yeah.
Is everything all right? I mean, you've been gone for a while. I tried to keep in touch, but
yeah, I know.
Cool.
Okay. We'll just have to have a group meeting.
Okay.
About what happened, or when we have dinner, or something.
Yeah. All right.
But, for right now, I can't control time. At all. Nothing. I can't even cast silvery barbs, right? Normally that's an enchantment. I used Chronoman to do it. I can't reverse anything. I can't move, stop, nothing. No haste, no stop, nothing.
I mean, what happened? I mean, I guess you'll tell us
Yeah, it's
later, but
a lot, but
I mean,
I
is it
just-
good though? Everything's okay? Like,
no, that's why I'm here. Is because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with me. That's why I haven't been at school.
okay.
And, yeah, but
All right.
I didn't know you guys were going to be here. So
Well,
I thought I could just go alone. No one knows that I'm supposed to be here. Like, nobody knows where I am right now. So,
okay.
which
Are you like on the lam? Are you like hiding from people, or like, do we need to keep this on the DL? Or
it's not that how do I put this? It's not that it's not that I'm running away. Who's running away? It's kind of more like no one can track me with any magic.
okay, who would be trying to track you?
And we
Thanks
step
for
away
dinner.
from here. And we step away from here. And we head. V, what are you up to? What is V doing? For no
I
reason.
think V
Drugs.
was going to, like, I think V's gut instinct and where her feet started going was to the open bar, like the welcome bar. But
Mhm.
I think she remembers Nike being like, it's just another challenge. And she's like, I have got to stop running from stuff. Okay, well, let me just go do something else cathartic and healthy and not drinking or smoking. So she is going to go looking for a gym, the cruise gym.
Amazing. Lovely. You do find it. It's simple, right? But it's nice. It has a ton of different equipment, both cardio and weight training. A bunch of yoga mats and different things. It's pretty spacious in here, pretty nice. You see a woman working out already when you get in here, which is a little surprising. Everyone's still just getting on the ship, right? So like people are getting to their rooms and getting settled. There is a woman in here. She's probably like, 7 feet tall, massive, bountiful red hair, paper white skin, looks pretty intense. You see her over in the corner lifting weights. She's doing like some heavy weight training.
When I enter, I will like survey the room, and if I happen to make eye contact with the woman on the other side, I'll just give like a nod so she knows I'm not like just lurking and being creepy. And then I'll head over to I think V would, like, her distress comfort workout would be the Stairmaster, like just climbing, even though you're going nowhere. I think that would be very V. So she's gonna hop on it. They'll probably hop onto one that's facing like the deck windows, so she could just be looking out at the ocean, just climbing. And she's kind of like murmuring to herself, thinking very loudly / murmuring very quietly about how the fuck she was supposed to know that Kairos would fucking be here. And is trying not to panic, is trying to let the like burning of calories kind of be the only outlet she needs.
Yeah, for sure. I think there is a moment when that woman, you and that other woman do make eye contact. And similar thing, she just kind of, she nods. She like takes a headphone off of one of her ears and she says, "Oh, hello there. I'm sorry if I'm disturbing you."
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just climbing.
Yeah, I can see that. You're quite quick. Name's Morgan. Pleasure.
The name is Morgan?
Yeah.
Hold on, what's my intelligence? Okay, I'm not stupid. Okay, so I know exactly who this is. I stop fucking climbing and I get off the Stairmaster. And if this person is offering me their hand, I will absolutely take it and say, like the famous one, or like you were named after, or you are the one that they name after. What?
Oh, you're asking me. Oh, yes, no. Yeah, I suppose I am that Morgan.
Really cool. I'm apparently
Thank
like
you.
the chosen one of Nike, so that's cool.
Oh, well, that's quite impressive. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah. So, what does a goddess, deity such as yourself need to be going on vacation for?
Oh, sometimes work, it just gets pretty stressful. It's just important to recharge. And so I'm just taking a wee bit of time for myself.
Yeah, I get that.
It's hard when you're a god who has multiple domains, War, fate, sovereignties, death, prophecy, also the underworld. It's too much.
I love how multifaceted you are. But yeah, you are girl bossing pretty close to the sun. That's true.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I don't mean to be rude, but I do need to be getting back to my room, unfortunately. I need to check on the other Celtic friends, make sure that they got aboard safely.
Oh, yeah, don't mind me, but if you're ever out here in the mornings, I like an early workout, so if you ever need company, I'll probably be here.
Looking forward to it. And what was your name again?
Oh my god, I forgot to introduce myself to the goddess. Okay, hey, I'm V, and that's all.
V. It's a pleasure to meet you, V.
You too. All of
and
yeah, great.
Yeah, this powerful Celtic
she's like
goddess
starstruck a little bit.
Walks away. But Joni did not recognize her. She also didn't tell her name though. I just described a vaguely brave Pixar-looking woman.
Yeah, but also she was walking out of the office crying. So at that point,
that's how intense Freya was. It was supposed to be. Look how intense Freya is if she's making the god of Celtic war cry.
Yeah, for real.
It's kind of the vibe. But as Morgan leaves and you guys are all on the ship, there comes a moment when once again all of your phones go off again. It seems to be a notification coming from this new app, this Y app. It's a very simple logo. It almost looks like, I suppose the closest thing would be like Tumblr, but instead of a T, it's obviously a Y. It's just like a square with a Y on it, right? Very simple. When you click on that app, what you're finding this app to be is like a conglomeration of multiple social media websites all combined into one. So like you get to choose what your profile looks like. God bless you. You get to choose what your profile looks like based on what your own interests are. If you want your profile to look a little bit more like, let's say, LinkedIn, you could do that. If you want your profile to be more TikTok or Instagram, you could do that. And so as you guys are kind of checking things out, or rather just kind of going about your day, another notification comes from this app. And once again, you hear this cacophony of notification chimes and all whatever people have set vibrating across the entire cruise ship as everyone seems to get this video.
Hi, I'm Andy the Rat, and welcome to Wine News, Scandinavia's #1 place to find out what's happening in these neck of the woods. Our first story tonight involves rumors surrounding the River Edda. Locals tell us that 2 fishermen have recently gone missing and is believed to be the work of river monsters. Okay, so tune in tonight at 8 p.m. for an exclusive story. And speaking of rumors, we've also heard that Freya, the feminine phenomenon, the girl boss herself, the CEO, is actually looking to enter into the tech industry. Now, will she be able to do it? Is there any length that she is not willing to go in order to break into this new field? Find out more with an exclusive interview with Freya tomorrow at 7 a.m. And now, I'm excited to announce our Fortune Favor lottery drawing. Now remember, folks, you at home, get your numbers ready because as always, it's just choosing a number between 1 and 1,000. And the prize, 1 wish. So get your numbers ready, folks.
What?
The number is 371. Congratulations. If you are a winner, please head over to the Norn's hut in the woods. I'm being told it's in the regular spot. right now. Currently in the regular spot. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors, Thor and Loki Odinson. Thank you for all that you do. And remember, I've been Andy the Rat, and this has been Why News. See you next time. Oh, and like, comment, and subscribe.
Amazing.
11 billion out of 10 this time.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, right?
Truly
We were talking
incredible.
about Kairos being Phil Collins. I really think Justin is the Phil Collins of this season right now.
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
That was so good.
I'm gobsmacked. That was awesome.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, no one won the lottery, but maybe there's other lotteries. Maybe in the future there will be more Andy the Rat showing up, doing other lottery winnings. Who knows?
No, I'm pretty sure that's the number I said.
If you
I'm pretty
want,
sure there was a
it's-
71 in there.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's
You sure about
absolutely
that?
not even close. No one,
Nobody in the 300s.
300s, yeah.
I was like, was there 71?
I was like-
I feel like 71 must have been there somewhere.
I said 571.
I said 17.
There's just one person on the cruise going,
Wow.
just some random cabin.
Sarah Sater actually got it.
Yeah, for anybody who's around Kairos while that's happening, like his face gets extremely serious when he hears the Norns.
Mm.
Yes. All interesting pieces of information. You've heard a story about missing fishermen in the River Edda, which, let me say this Norwegian cruise line, again, Norwegian is a word I'm making up because Norwegian cruise lines exist and we can't do that. So this is totally different.
Totally
However,
different thing.
It is
Completely.
going through like rivers and fjords. There's very little crossing open ocean going on here. You guys are on the River Edda. Let me make that very clear.
Okay.
So this news story is topical for where you guys are geographically.
Mm.
And then we also heard that Freya is
Yeah.
trying to enter into the tech industry. What does that entail? Who is she trying to do that with? Why hasn't Hedone heard of this? Because I'll tell you, Hedone, you have not heard of this.
Yeah,
This is
Hedone,
something
as
that
soon as she
Freya
saw
is doing
that,
on her own.
she saw that, she was like, she's looked at her phone like, I haven't gotten a note. Like, she's looking at her phone like, there's no notification about this. Like, I don't see an email. What is? I'm a personal assistant. Why wouldn't I know this? Like, I do a good job, right? I mean,
Yeah. Absolutely. I
like
mean,
I
you
do
think you're doing a good job. And so I think it begins to send you a little bit into a panic. And for all of you, how are you feeling about this Y app? This Y app that has showed up. It is sending notifications. It's spreading
You're
news.
not-
It's like
Not crazy about it.
no,
All over the
it
place.
feels spammy.
It reminds me of like the pre-downloaded news app that comes every single time
Yes.
when you update your phone, that you have to like the flip news, but you can't figure out how to uninstall it for a while. That's
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there is definitely a certain sense of violation of the fact that it was automatically downloaded without your permission.
Rude.
It's sending notifications. Now, of course, there's probably some settings you could go in and adjust a
Icarus
couple of
is
things.
very
but
deep in his phone, trying to find the settings for turning off notifications to do whatever, because there is still some kind of like, we can use it to request stuff from what I'm hearing about like on the ship. So like I want to keep it on my phone, but I also don't like my phone just randomly exploding.
For sure. No, that totally makes sense. You do think there is something about this app that feels regional. Like it is, it's something that you guys didn't hear about when you were at campus. This does feel like it is unique to this area. You've never heard of this app, but it seems to be popping off and very, very popular. And even just browsing on it. Do you think that you guys would browse on it at all?
No.
Like just kind of scroll and see what it's even about?
All the settings are in Swedish. I can't read anything.
I think Evan would like open it up accidentally and then be like, "Oh yeah, this isn't so bad," and like start scrolling on it unironically, because like he totally thinks he's on like TikTok or Instagram Reels or something else, just forgetting that he's on the wrong app.
And it's very similar.
I was gonna say, like, Nova is already on there making videos. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my Trident tutorial on how to clean it. Make sure you use oyster scrubs to get into the nooks and crannies and stuff. As this video is now sponsored by Oyster Scrubs, so use my code SUPERNOVA to get 10% off.
Your first like is from Evan.
Incredible, Nova. I love that you are using this to your advantage, immediately seizing the opportunity. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Cool. And nothing can go wrong.
Oh no! Oh my
Wrong. No, that is a 25.
25 is incredible.
My persuasion's high.
Let me think for a second of how numbers work.
How numbers
Go
work.
ahead and roll a d20.
Okay.
Just flat.
1.
No.
1. All right, roll one more time. That's great.
Okay.
I can't.
2.
No, it's not. It is not.
Give me one more. Give me one more.
The dice have spoken.
The dice have spoken. I have to go with it. It's the 2. We're going to go with the 2. No, here's how it works, because there's plenty of time. There's so much more time. Just that first video. This is like, you've created your account on there, Nova. You've made one video. You have no social on this app in particular. You have no following. You're starting at 0.
Yeah.
You post one video and almost instantaneously you get 50 followers. Boom. So somewhere in your notes, however you do this as a player, put a 50 down for that's how many followers you have right now.
I have put it down.
After one single post, which is pretty impressive, all things considered. That being said, it could have been much higher. If it was a 20, it would have been 20 times 25. It would have been a huge number, but it was a 2 times 25, which is 50. But
getting there.
As you guys are, some of you checking out the app, some of you not checking out the app, you come across several different profiles of some borderline, some are very, very famous, and some are like local famous, TikTok famous, like different varying levels of fame. But you find a bunch of different individuals' profiles on why. There's all different ones. For example, you might see the profile of Brock and Sindri, 2 blacksmith brothers who helped forge the mighty hammer of Mjolnir. You might even see the profile of Freya herself. Njorda's daughter is her last name, technically. Chief Operations Officer at Y, and she's also a Sayor instructor. I think, Hedone, this is, if you come across this, it's the first time that you are seeing this particular profile of hers. You're also noticing that it does not mention Freya fashion on this profile. Is that an oversight or is that intentional?
Hedone's like looking at, like, she's scrubbing, like she's going through this like with a fine tooth comb, like she's staring at it, and she's looking at the picture in the ballroom, and she's like, that's not, whose ballroom is that? That's not Freya's house. Because she's been to her house, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's been fashion shows, there's been times where she had to like take things or bring things to her, you know. And she's like looking, and it's confusing because she's like, she doesn't understand where this could be, where she's at, like, and then the whole tech startup thing is throwing her because she doesn't understand why she doesn't know about it.
Yeah, and you're noticing based on the hashtags and all of the information on this profile, it seems like the tech startup that she is a part of is Y.
Why? So now all of a sudden, like, first Hedone is super annoyed about this stupid app. Like, she's like, oh god, I have so many things to do. Why is now that she's seeing that Freya clearly is one of the masterminds behind it, she's like, why, who is what are these connections? I don't even know who that is.
I know. Who's to say? Yeah, Shinji Homoeu.
Who's Eric Harris?
No idea.
It's so
and it's
basic.
interesting because if you look on Brock and Sindri's page,
There's a Harris Eric's, which is weird. It's kind of the reverse. Is that related? Is that a total snafu? Who knows?
And
But
then there's
as we
Shinji
continue
again.
to-
Who is Shinji?
Maybe a person that Justin went to college with who I didn't feel, competent enough to Photoshop out his name, and so it's still in the Photoshop thing. Maybe. We don't know. But we're looking at these different profiles. We also see one, their tag name is Power Couple. We happy wife, happy life. We make each other better. This is Bragi and Eden. And then we see Loki Odison. He has his own profile page, seems to be the chairman of the board and founder of Y. Also has a connection with Shinji. Strange.
That's
Some
Shinji
articles
character.
there that they've also posted. How is Y able to perform at such high levels? There's all different kinds of interesting little tidbits of information that might be helpful or useful or foreshadowy. Who knows? Some of it might just be silly. Because near we have Thor Odinson's little account here on the Y app. He goes by some more Thor. Mr. Tall Blonde and Thunder. 4 a.m. early grind. We have the Talented Tier. An individual, it says, I'd give my right hand to help the Aesir. ... Oh, wait. A little bit of a Norse pantheon joke there. And so you find all these interesting profiles of various gods and goddesses and demigods and powerful beings of this new world and land that you find yourselves in as you're coming onto this ship for your summer break. Is there anybody out of like some of these profiles, out of some of these characters, these NPCs, is there anyone that you feel drawn towards as your character? I mean, that your character feels drawn towards?
I think after I realized that all the settings are still in Swedish, you can't figure out how to get it to change languages. Icarus does start kind of scrolling through and goes deep dive into the Brock and Sindri page. So it's like a bunch of like different Artifabrian type stuff and like looking into the one thing of like, if you can think it, you could blow it into glass. He's like, oh, what do you mean by that? All right, cool. And start scrolling some articles, going back and forth, doing the deep dive into all the different posts from them.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they do seem to own their own business. They have taken blacksmithing and they have added different skills to their repertoire, including glass blowing. Paper mache even is an important skill that they've been practicing lately for future projects. Mixed media kind of things. The idea that you could take maybe blacksmithing and glass blowing into one project. So they're testing out new things to add to their repertoire of skills so that they can only expand on the types of products that they can offer. One of the fun things that they do is they own Svartalfheim Smokes, which is a smoke shop.
Kairos would want to know if he could see anything related to the Norns. If not, like on like a first glance. If not, then he's just going to go to the gym to Blossom Steam and just think things over.
Everything that you would find on the Norns is a little secondhand. It's indirect. It's the Norns don't have a profile.
Yeah. Listen, guys, before we get something to eat, I'm gonna just hit the gym real quick and just. I just need to just take a second, and I think he'll go inside of his gym bag, and it's just all black t-shirts, black jeans, and then these like old school like 80s basketball like hoochie daddy shorts, and then like some old tennis shoes. They're just like, they also on the back have A Squad over the cheeks. So I just gotta switch these real quick.
I have some extra like gym clothes if you need them.
Oh, you have something that's like, I don't know, like less revealing? That'd be great.
Yeah, actually I do.
These are the only things that were issued.
Evan kind of issued.
And then he takes off his great sword and he goes, I need you guys to stand back real quick. And it kind of sinks in the floor a little bit. Okay, cool.
Okay, we'll touch on that later. Okay. Starts digging through and finds like, I'd love to think that he has like a pair of like gym gym shorts, like the swishy kind, but I'd love if they had like just a little bit of magic where like it's an elasticized waistband, but they're like shorts of ever fitting. So like you put them on and they just fit the person perfectly, like hug all the curves just the right way. I was gifted these from Helen of Troy right before. I guess this was my going away present. But these will probably, they actually, it says guaranteed to fit anybody, any ass, anytime. So
wow, yeah, these fit great. Yeah, these are way better than I was rocking.
What do you mean issued?
Yeah, I was off campus for a while and I didn't get access to most of my stuff. But I'll be back. I'm just gonna, get to sweating, and I think that'll just calm me down, and I can talk more about what happened.
As he walks away, I just put like my hand on his shoulder gently and just kind of like whispering, if you've been through some shit, it's okay. Like if you don't want to talk about it, I get that, but we're here for you, okay?
I get that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and like
just,
from the back.
I need you to back up as the great sword kind of. It doesn't look how it normally does when he uses his telekinesis. Normally, it looks like the strand will come out, and then he picks up objects with it. Instead, it looks like the great sword starts dragging across the floor and spinning around in a circle and then flies back to his hand. Like you can't tell if it's like it looked like he threw it or if it just he caught it. Sorry. It's it's a whole thing. This thing. I can't really.
It's cool. I'm digging it. But
it's all right, I guess. It wasn't fun getting it. And then he leaves.
That really reminds me, as the player of Thor's hammer, can I, as Evan, do like a little history check to see if that just reminds me of anybody, or like that just seems odd for what he's able to do before and then? I don't know.
Go ahead and you can make a history check for sure.
Yeah, just to see, because like I was gonna say like the gods that I'm interested are gonna be Thor, Loki, and Balder. So I feel like those are the ones I've done some deep diving into. Okay. Oh god, first roll.
I believe.
Oh, a whopping 9 with a +0.
Nice.
It's like something. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, it reminds you of something. There are like some famous weapons across history that return.
Yeah. I think it's just like, oh yeah, returning weapons. They're so cool. Yeah. And then I'm gonna scroll and look for said gods.
Hedoni's like going through it, and she's clearly like studying Freya, but then she flips through and sees Loki as the founder of this and chairman of the board, and she's looking at the house behind him, and she's looking at comparing the pages. He keeps going back and forth looking at the pages. Like clearly she's comparing the two, trying to find what the hell is going on, because she feels like in her head that she should be like in the know, and the fact that she's not is kind of like throwing her off a little bit and making her double guess whether she should be working for Freya or not, because she feels like the amount of work she put in, she should be trusted enough to know this, and she doesn't.
Super valid, 100%. Go ahead and make an investigation check, Hedone.
Ooh, okay. 1 second.
As you're just kind of like scouring her profile and like the articles, things that she's liked, and you're kind of doing that thing that unfortunately we can all do on social media, where you kind of can click 1,000 hyperlinks and get down into rabbit holes.
That is a 12.
A 12.
Yeah.
As you're looking across the articles on her profile, it looks like this company, this app, this tech startup that is referred to as Y. It seems pretty recent, but it is popping off. It is doing exceedingly well. And it seems to have been started by Thor and Loki.
Mm-hmm.
And Freya seems to have been brought in to assist, essentially, to be a part of the company. She obviously would have way more business experience and stuff. So she was brought in almost like the adult to chaperone these two younger people. Thor and Loki aren't children, but they're also like closer to your guys' ages, give or take. Maybe Evan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like it's still in the early phases. That's why that one article is all about a fundraising benefit, which is why it's a ballroom. It's absolutely not her house.
Right.
In fact, that's another thing that's stuck on you is like, where the fuck was this? That second hashtag, Himminbjorg, you click on that.
Okay.
And when you click on that, you see that Himminbjorg is a location.
Okay.
It's a prominent location, but it's also one that is insanely difficult to get to. It's almost like invitation only.
Which makes Hedoni even like more annoyed and just frustrated with this. She's like, why do I have this job? I don't. And she's back to her parents and her grandmother like berating her. She's just like, she's sitting on the edge of she's in, even though she's like her separate room, she's still in the room with everyone else. And she's like sitting on one of the beds, and she's just like, she has a phone, but she just has her eyes, and she's just pressing her eyes, and she's just like, this is supposed to be a vacation. And here I am doing work on a vacation that I don't even know what I'm working for. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. After this summer, we're done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm so done. I am so done. And then she's just like, gets really quiet. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Hedone overcoming a lot of battling emotions right now. Maybe sometime in the future, Hedone decides to reach out to Freya and just confront her and figure out exactly what's going on. But who knows? We don't have time for that right now.
Well,
so for
also,
everybody, yeah.
I feel like everyone is accustomed to a different Hedone, so like seeing her like break, like crying is really, really weird. You know, it's really, really weird.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely stands apart. And I think all of you have a pretty decent first day on the cruise ship. It begins to take off. You hear the barge horn sound, and you begin to cut through the River Edda and make your way south away from Oslo. Kairos, you hit the gym. Evan is helping out a little bit. Nova's already over here gaining followers left and right. V has already met a beautiful goddess and kind of is still lurking around and dealing with some mixed emotions. Hedone having a rough go. Finding out that her boss actually has a million other things on their plate that they are not privy to. And so, yeah, feeling that kind of like backstabbing a little bit, that little bit of, maybe not intentional backstabbing. It's almost like, kind of like, just hurt, betray, you know? You all have a interesting first day of your summer vacation. Seems like there's a lot of interesting people in this area. Everybody from Balder the Boulder, whose profile says fast in all the ways that aren't bad, and corn dogs are for the boys. And then pretty
what a phrase.
intense.
Horn dogs are for the boys.
And yeah. It also looks like Loki Odinson at one point was the creator of a parrot skateboarding app called Parrot Skate. You can find that on the profile. There's some interesting little nuggets here of information. You guys just gotta look. But anyway, is there anything that anybody needs to do before we go to sleep on our first night on the cruise ship?
I feel like we gotta meet up and have the talk with Kairos.
I was just saying, I think that if
and also
Kairos was heading to the gym,
they're gonna enter. There's gonna
Beautiful. Let's start there. So, Kairos, you're heading off to the gym.
These shorts are amazing. Holy shit. Wow.
As you make it into the gym, it's pretty nice. There's a bunch of different equipment here. Pretty clean. It's brand new for the sake of it's the very start of the cruise ship. And you see a familiar person on the Stairmaster looking out over one of the portholes at the River Edda.
Yeah, I think he is as soon as he gets in, the first thing he's looking for is like, okay, where's a place I can put down my greatsword that is not going to destroy anything? And I think as he lifts up his greatsword and he's like, all right. And then he sees V, and then he drops his sword and it like cuts like a weight rack in half. Oh shit. Hey. Wow. Sorry. I dropped my sword.
How could you not? It's the most gargantuan thing I've ever seen in my life. So
yeah, it's a meteorite.
So are you real, or you haunting me, or
what, like a ghost?
Well, you kind of came in on that skeleton stage.
Oh, Peggy, yeah, I picked them up in the river.
And then, being missing for months without checking in with anybody about the fact that you were missing for months, So are you real? It's just a yes or no to get it started, because I'm talking to a ghost. I would just like to know, that's all.
I am very real and sorry.
Yeah. Wasted a lot of precious resources looking for you for months.
If I could have said something, I would have.
Actually, I kind of believe that flip phone didn't have service wherever you were. What happened to your face?
Yeah, there was an explosion. A portal exploded, and it cut my face open, and then it destroyed my spell book, my mom's spell book, and it's been a really rough half a year.
V hops off the Stairmaster and kind of is walking towards you as you're talking, and of actually taking the time to take stock of you and how you have changed and how you look different. And you see that her ears are actively twitching when you speak, especially when you're saying things like when you got hurt or when you lost your mother's spell book. Ears are twitching at key points of your story.
He sits down on the bench that got split in half. I just, things are really dangerous for me right now, and I can't tell you all everything because I don't want to put you all in danger too. I'm not even supposed to be here. No one knows that I'm here.
Trust me, that entrance, everybody knows you're here, Kairos.
Yeah, no, that wasn't it wasn't supposed to happen.
It's okay. Subtlety's never been your strong suit. The fireball to the face?
Yeah.
And then one portal explosion and now you're scarred for life? What happened to you? You're getting soft. She is joking clearly because you look jacked.
Yeah.
And she kind of nudges you.
I really did miss you guys.
Yeah, everybody missed you too.
owe everyone an explanation. So
No, you owe me coffee. So pick up your magic big slicey thing, and we're gonna go get a free latte from the caffeinated buffet.
Sounds good.
And she just starts walking. She's not gonna wait for you. She's not just starts walking.
I think Carlos will take like a piece of paper and write down his room number and be like Bill room number, and then place it on the bench that got cut in half. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
A write-off.
And the two of you head out to go have a cup of coffee and sort of catch up a little bit. And it is around this time, later in the evening, it has gotten dark out at this point. It's about dusk. Sun can't be seen by the high walls of the fjords that surround the River Edda. Excuse me. What happened? V and Daniel. Fuck! What is happening to me? V and Kairos, you guys are on the deck of the ship, sitting at a table outside of the caffeinated buffet, which is specifically the buffet that serves everything caffeine. And as you're sitting there, the two of you, the rest of you are all, just for the sake of this, all kind of together catching up and just kind of meeting in like a common area, but a little bit of ways from V and Kairos. I want everybody to make nature checks.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We're getting kooky this season.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
A nature check?
A late game nature check, babies.
We're getting freaky with it.
Let's do the beholder dice, because I want to know what this is going to look like. 18.
18.
My nature is high. I got a 21.
Oh yeah?
I'm surprised.
Nice.
18.
24.
18, 24.
18.
Incredible. V, you also got an 18?
22.
Oh, 22. I heard the word two and I just made an assumption about a lot of things. Yes, you as well. Very good. Okay. 18s and above. So Nova, Icarus, V, Kairos, and Hedone. Yeah, Hedone, you also did pretty well, right?
I did 18, yeah.
Yeah, incredible. Evan, left out, man.
I think I'm
I'm
just so mesmerized about like how good the shorts look on Kairos.
That is, yeah, you're still thinking about,
Yep.
Man.
I need to get another pair
Hate
of
to
those.
see him go, but
I can't physically take them back now. They are Kairos's. They're so much better on him.
Luckily, the rest of you, and you guys can help point this out to Evan, so no worries. You all begin to notice the water begin to grow choppier.
Uh-oh.
The winds begin to pick up, and clouds begin to cover the sky, even though it is dark, so it only grows darker. And then you hear it. You begin to hear an eerie, almost phantasmal sound, like it's just reaching you now, but it actually came from thousands of years ago, as you begin to hear battle cries. The sounds of battle in general. You hear swords hitting shields. You hear the screams of pain and anguish. The clangs of arrows hitting armor. And the screams of war. And looking a little bit closer into it, trying to adjust your senses to get a better understanding of what exactly you're hearing and where it may be coming from, it sounds like it's coming from below. But not below deck. It's coming from below the surface of the river.
as Kairos and V on the actual deck of the ship. It's all too easy for the two of you to just simply hang your heads over the edge of the ship and look down into the dark waters as the ship breaks through them. And you begin to see bodies rising to the top of the river. But these bodies are not floating. They are not being rose by natural gases. Rather, they are propelling themselves, or rather, the things that they are riding are propelling them. As you begin to see swarms of undead Vikings riding aquatic skeletal horses coming out of the water and beginning to climb up the sides of the cruise ship and enter the deck as you all are being overtaken by Drogir, or Viking zombies. And I need everyone to roll for initiative. And this is where we're going to end episode 1 of Mythos Season 2 Summer Break.
Evan
Thanks
just
so
sips his
much
coffee like, wow.
for watching.
Really,
Like,
dude?
much
I think-
excite. Very great.
I think Noah will be the one to try to get.
Wow.
I
It's
hope
both
you all
dice.
had
Oh
so
my
much
God.
fun.
Wow.
What a blast. I had an amazing time. Again, I'm Justin. I use they, them pronouns. And thank you so much for joining us for this first season premiere of Mythos Season 2 Summer Break. And tune in again because there's going to be multiple episodes of this show. So we'll see how our heroes fare against these undead Vikings riding undead river horses. What the heck is going on? And what's this Y app all about? Is it some kind of social commentary? Typical Justin. Probably capitalism or some shit.
You never
I don't
do
know.
that.
Probably
I don't think you've ever
anti-capitalist
done that
message
one
if I
time.
know Justin at all.
I
Wow.
want to know why.
Let's go around and do some outros. We all know that Connie's the first in the alphabet for this group, of course. Obviously, no one would make that mistake or forget.
Thank you,
about her.
Taylor. Thank you, Taylor, for the list.
At the beginning. I love it.
The goat.
The goat. All right. Hi again. I am Connie. You can find me on all of the socials at Camera Connie. I go by she, her pronouns. I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching.
Golly gee willikers, gang. That was one heck of an episode. What can I say? We came, we saw, we conquered, and we almost fell off a cruise ship. Or maybe there's still time in the next episode. My name's Daniel Hargrove, also known as Daniel the DM, across all corners of the internet. And you can find me in a whole bunch of shows and quite possibly a Daggerheart campaign that may or may not be still going on. Who knows? That's me. See you on the internet.
Howdy, I'm Meadow, and my name starts with an M, so that logically means I'm next. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Howdy Love Darlin', where I hopefully will continue to be Meadow in the future, no matter when this comes out. I love V, and I will protect her with my whole heart, and who cares if she gets a little stony baloney to handle feelings. And that's all, and nothing else.
Lovely. Hi, I'm Classic Sam NYGM, Classic Sam NYGM across all social media platforms. You can find me doing wonderful interviews with wonderful people like the folks that you see on the screen in front of you. And we will be doing this wonderful season 2. Super excited about it. And I can't wait to see you guys next time.
I'm Taylor. I work with Justin on the So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master podcast. Yeah. I'm super excited to have everybody back here for all of this, and I love you guys. I don't know.
Hi, I'm Taylor. Another Taylor. Spunky Taylor to be exact. I've been playing Nova, aka Supernova, up in here. I have nothing to plug in. I'm a Black Variety content creator. So follow me everywhere for all the content and content needs. Yeah.
Incredible. Well, gang, see you next week. It looks like there's trouble ahead.
Are you all serious right now? Because this is not the move.
I can't breathe. Oh, God.
You look different. You got better, right? At fighting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it. These horses mean business.
I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to take the damage because I
Wait,
rolled a
Flash
3
of Genius.
with a +7.
With a 28 to hit.
Let me check.
That's why you have to be careful when you're barefoot, buddy. You gotta look around.
She's gonna like mean girl turn.
It's all right. I can totally do this without destroying the ship.
That is the power of friendship, Nova.
But a shark is a weapon I summon.
Let's
Who's
take a
the
look.
lady with the turtleneck?
There's someone with a turtleneck?
Yeah, I really like
What?
turtlenecks. So I was like, oh.
Yeah.